One of the things for the USA men's team going into this November test is, could they fix some of the things that were causing them problems? And in this last win against Tonga, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but we saw a number of key things get fixed, and much of it is around the breakdown. The big thing that I saw was a lack of holding on penalties, players being tackled, isolated, holding on to the ball on the ground. And in fact, we had a really good discussion with Scott Lawrence before the tour about that. And not just me, but Phil Bendon from Flow Sports was also in on this discussion. But we talked about the need to avoid these kinds of holding on penalties and ruck problems.
Always trying to keep your feet. Always, right? We're never telling players to go to the deck. I think, when you guys asked about some of our performance focus for this tour, that is one major area of our performance focus is, starting straight, run, catch, run, using our feet. But if you think about it, if you have two players that are square and tight, and one of them uses his feet, the win in the race and the latch on is much, much easier.
This video is brought to you by Next Phase Rugby, which is an app that allows high school rugby players to connect with college rugby programs around the country. Those programs can be school supported, club, all kinds of different ones. 450 are already on the app, and thousands of collegiate hopefuls are also on the app. Download the app if you're a college, or if you are a high school player looking for a college, go to nextphaserugby.com. There's a discount code for the premium level for high school players at the bottom of the screen, and good luck with your college search. It's also brought to you by USA Rugby Foundation, which is an organization that supports grassroots rugby around the country, and your donation can help build this great game of ours. Also brought to you by Irish Rugby Tours. Touring is a great way to expose your players to the global nature of rugby. Go to Irish Rugby Tours. They don't just do Ireland. They do all kinds of different countries: Spain, Portugal, New Zealand, South Africa, the UK. That's just a smattering of what they can do for you. Go to irishrugbytours.com. And this video is also brought to you by Panther Rugby Academy, providing elite playing and training opportunities for players throughout the South and a more extended version of the South. Panther Rugby Academy, check them out. And I also want to thank a new kit provider, which is 8x8 Sports. You can't see their logo on this shirt, although you can see it on others, but there's the back of the same shirt because I have more than one. And several other great kit. We'll be having merchandise available very soon as well, so I'm excited about that. Thanks to 8x8 Sports. It's 8x8 sports.com. So that brings me to the first try that the USA scored against Tonga, and it wasn't just the rucks, but it illustrated fixing a number of issues that we've seen in the recent past. So the USA has a penalty, and they set up a maul, and that maul immediately starts going backwards. Now, at another time, in another place, that ball would not have been made available to get out. They wouldn't understand that they were also not only being pushed backwards, but to the side, might have gone into touch. They would have lost that ball. Instead, though, Shiloh Klein is able to ferret that ball out pretty nicely and go forward and get something going. Now, here's the other thing there. He gets tackled. He's got 3 tacklers around him, and he is isolated. But what he does is he fights to stay on his feet. And that's one of the things that Scott Lawrence was talking about. Always want to stay on your feet. He needs to stay on his feet, maybe, 2 seconds longer, just so a couple of players can come in. And look at the fight from Connor Mooneyham specifically to win that ruck. Now the ball goes out, and we've got another little thing here where, again, this could lead to an isolation issue. Ash McGinty sees he has Mitch Wilson out wide. Is there enough space? Could they score there? Maybe. But if it doesn't happen for them, Wilson will be completely isolated all on his own. That's a penalty just waiting to happen. So instead, McGinty dummies and cuts back inside into traffic, but he knows he has players there. They win that ruck. They win it quickly. They send it out again. They go straight ahead, win that ruck very quickly. Once again, they do the same thing, and then ball out, bam, 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 crash into somebody, Dombisag is over for the try. So what I'm seeing there partly is that there's a level of confidence within the USA team that now they've got the plan there. Win that race to that ruck. Go hit in between players. Win that race to that ruck and get over the ball. So now that know that players are going to do that, then players can run with confidence. Once players can run with confidence, then suddenly we're backpedaling defenses. Once defenses are backpedaling and worrying about what's happening around the breakdown, space opens up out wide. And with that violence that you have coming into winning that ruck quickly, you do get the ball out quicker as well. All of these things can be seen in the 5th try that the USA scores. Some really good aggressive running, but you see how like Mikey Grandy just cutting back inside to run really hard on there. And then this great tips ball into Alex Maughan, and then the follow on from Peterson. Again, everyone running really hard. Why? Because they know that someone is going to be there to win that ruck. They're not hesitating because, oh, you know, am I going to lose it here? And then they're working a little bit harder on the ground to present it because they know players are going to be over the ball. And then a couple of sequences later, this is the same movement, but we just skipped a couple of rucks. They're down by the line, again, picking it up, going, winning it, picking it up, going over, winning it. And when we finally get the try, the pick and go is actually from Ash McGinty. And what he does is he just pops off a little pass. Again, a really good aggressive ruck, pick up and go over the line. All of this is a massive change that I've seen from the USA. And this is why they beat Tonga. They couldn't have beaten Tonga without doing this. And it is about being aggressive and focused on winning those rucks. But once you get there, then the rest of the team is able to run better and run with more confidence, and then they're able to win ball faster. And lo and behold, they create space because they're causing problems for the defense. And it all comes from being faster to the breakdown.